You can only keep your M82
No!
and enough games to fill it. No EverDrive.
Ooh.
What games do you choose?
Oh. Well, what do I have in my M82? I'll put some music in here. I got DuckTales, Ian approves.
Yep.
Castlevania, Super Off-Road, Blades of Steel, Rad Racer, Life Force, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, Sky Kid, Super Dodgeball, Hogan's Alley, Metroid, and Super Mario 2. Out of those, I would definitely keep DuckTales, Castlevania, maybe Blades of Steel, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
No, you gotta take
Sky Kid.
You gotta take Blades of Steel out for ice hockey.
Well, I definitely want a black box game in there because the first time I ever played it, I think I told you, Urban Champion was in there, and Kid Icarus. Definitely keeping Super Punch-Out. Super Dodgeball is one of my favorite games in the system.
Yep.
And Super Mario 2 is my favorite Mario game out of all three. So then, I'd maybe get a Baseball Stars in there. I would do a black box game, though. Black box game!
What about Danny?
Maybe Ice Climber. Little Danny? It's too obvious. Why would you say that? We never talked about Danny Silva's Indie Heat.
We couldn't take him out for ice cream if he was stuck in the M82.
What black box game would you put in there? Oh, you need at least one Zapper game out of the 12.
Well, you've got Hogan's Alley. And
is that probably the one you put in?
I would say Hogan's Alley or Wild Gunman. As simple as Wild Gunman is,
I'll stick with Hogan's Alley since that was the game that's like the secondary Zapper game.
I just think the more simplistic light gun games work better than the more complex. And Wild Gunman is very simple.
We always talk about the holy trinity of black box games because I put in the back cover of the book: Excite Bike, Hogan's Alley, and Kung Fu.
If I had to do it and I had only one black box game I could put in there, you can probably guess which one it is. No, it would actually be Clue Land.
Oh, okay. Well, you're a weirdo.
I love Clue Land. Clue Land, Balloon Fight, and Pro Wrestling are all good choices.
It's like putting Donkey Kong Jr. Math in for me, putting in Clue Land.
You're not wrong with those two choices. I'd probably put all three in.
But you would say ice hockey instead of Blades of Steel.
Yeah.
To me, they're both the same quality. They're just different games.
No, they're both fucking fantastic. I just think the history we have with ice hockey, it deserves to be in there.
Well, I know we always have close matches.
Yeah.
Would you put in like Tecmo Bowl? Would you keep it to a certain era before 1990? To sort of keep that motif?
I think so.
By then, probably the M82 was sort of going out of stop right after 90,
I would probably do it pre-90 just because, we're talking the M82. This was to demo the system in its early years.
Yeah,
so
88.
I'd probably keep it before 90.
88.
Like, I would say 89 is the cutoff.
So, but maybe cut off at Super Mario 3?
Yeah.
Early 90 and before?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what would you put in? A couple more?
What else would I put in?
I got DuckTales in there already.
DuckTales would be an obvious for me. Rockin' Cats would be too late. I'd probably put Zelda 2 in there. I don't think that would be a question for me. I would also likely put in... the Mario for me would be tough. I hate to sound stereotypical. I'd probably just put Mario 1 in.
Oh, okay.
Because I actually think Mario 3 is one of my favorite games, but Mario 1 is just, quintessential to it.
You put in Mario Duck Hunt and get bang for your buck.
No, I'm not going to be... I'm not going to cheat.
You're going to be cheap? Because that would not have been in there. They only would put in games that you could buy. Castlevania
would be in there for me. Yeah. Mega Man 2 would be in there for me.
Okay. You got to throw in a Mega Man. You got to do that. No unlicensed games? No, that's unholy. Kitty City would not be...
You can't
Kitty City would be caught dead putting that in their M82.
You can't do that.
I'm trying to actually think what Kitty City had in there. I really wish I could remember, but all I remember is Urban Champion because I could barely beat a guy in the 2-minute time limit, whatever it was, a minute before they reset. And Kid Icarus, I couldn't even get halfway up to the level before it reset. Those two I remember specifically were in there. There was probably a game like, I don't know, maybe a Kid Nicky in there or something, a third party that was
Star Soldier. I'd put Star Soldier in there.
You put a shooter in there?
I would like a good simple shooter in there.
I'll come back to this. You know what? I'm going to get Life Force the hell out of there. I've been souring on that in the past years from the last podcast. But I do have Sky Kid in there though. That's pre-90. That's
good.
It's like 88, I think, or 87.
That's clutch.
And then
maybe Mappy Land.
Oh, Jesus God. I just released that Video Game Years 83. I started cutting it up, which to me is when it starts to really. And the Mappy Land segment is the Mappy segment is like fantastic. There's so many good segments in 83, but that was one of your shining moments.
When did I do Dig Dug?
Dig Dug was 82.
82.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Our Namco build-up.
We're spinning off.
We're spinning off.
Hit me.